Hello! Hello everyone! Welcome to this very special occasion tonight. Tonight or this morning, depending where you are. So, bon matin si vous êtes au Canada, and good evening if you are in Australia, on this side of the world. This is very exciting. This is the first time, so mind you, we're testing. This is a good test for me and for my team that is behind the screen there. Later on there will be a period where you can ask questions and we can give some feedback now, but I'll be very busy for the next hour to do a painting. So you've probably seen on the promo I'm doing this painting of the wave. I already have one behind me, as you can see. That gives me a nice crown there. This is another demonstration that I did, but I did it live a couple of years ago. So I will show you what I use. So I'll try to make it very informative, and you might learn a few tricks. It might give you the idea of having a go, or you're already a painter, accomplished painter, so you just relax and see the mistake that I'm going to make. Try not to. So I've got here my equipment. You can see how basic it is. I've got a place to mix my paint. I've got a few tubes here, and I keep it really basic because look, I really believe that you can paint with oil with minimum amount. I mean, you could start with black and white and then start adding a few colors. But I've got yellow, blue, and red, the primary colors, and later on I'm going to include a few extra colors that I will need. Now, excuse me, well, okay, I've got two cameras, so which camera should I look at? This one? Yes, or this? No, okay, this one. Okay, I'll be looking now. Yes, I'll be looking on that one. Sorry, we're just testing everything here. Okay, so on this one, you see my board here. I've got a board that is an MDF board, as you can see on the other side. Just a plain MDF board that I've put gesso on it. 30 by 40, because we didn't want to take too much space, and I only have an hour apparently. Look, I have to tell you, this is not going to be a finished painting. I'll try to build it up as much as I can. The whole idea of this demonstration is not about showing you from A to Z how to do this painting of a wave. It's just to have a first go of being online, being in touch with you guys, and see how it works. Maybe later on you can do a longer one, but this one is going to be an hour. So I've got my paint here, I've got my palette knife that I mix the paint with, and I've got a few brushes that I will choose depending on what I do. First thing that I do, I'm going to do a sort of a drawing, a quick drawing. So I nearly lost it. I've got my ruler, and I'm going to do a first line for the horizon. So that, yeah, it needs to be straight because this is the ocean. Okay, and then I'm going to have a wave. So you can see the picture here. You can see, yeah, you can see the picture here. So I'm using that beautiful photo that I've used before. So the main wave will be about here. So I just do a rough line here, about here. Okay, put that here. And the break on the water, on the beach, will be about here. Okay, so that's the break here. That's the water running on the sand. The sort of a tunnel here in the wave. and it's a bit round. Okay, I think a little bit of the shape of that way. Okay, I try not to do too many lines because I like to do the lines with the brush. So first of all, I'm going to start with the background and I move towards the foreground, and we finish with the bottom part there. I need some white. Okay, I need some more white, a bit more white. I have a bit here, and blue. So what I have here is phthalo blue. It's a very nice blue. It's a very nice cyan blue. Add black, ivory black. So the colors I use is titanium white, phthalo blue, ivory black from there, and I'm going to mix this color of the sky. So bit of white, bit of blue. You see well on that? Yeah, you can see the palette too. Yeah. And a bit of black so it's not so blue, and I'm going to test it against my my photo here. Looks pretty good. Test it here. I think that could be a little more blue and not too dark, so I'll add a bit of white there. Now I'm going to use a painting medium to reduce the flow because it's very very thick at the moment, and I always, or pretty much always, use painting medium. It makes it nice and creamy to use, and this one in particular, that's a fast one. It's the lean medium from Archival. So what it means is it's lean and it's fast drying. Sometimes it's useful to have something that dries a bit faster. Now, I can see in my picture that I need a little bit of red there because the red will make my color a little more purple, just for the sake of following the image there. Nice. Okay, just a little bit more white. Okay, still I find it's a little too thick. Add a bit more medium. And a big brush. That's the easy part. I could even get a little bit of solvent in it, just to make it a bit more thin. So I generally paint thin because I find that if I keep my paint thin at first, I can easily go over it later on to do some adjustment. Because often as you go, you realize it was too dark, it was too light, it needed a bit of red, I just need some adjustment. So it's good to be able to come back and put some more paint on that layer to adjust it. Now, I don't know, you guys, how the color is coming up on your screen. Different screen will have different colors, so that I can't guarantee that you're going to get exactly the same color that I have here. Now, there's one little trick that I use when I have to do a very dead straight line, is I dilute my color a little bit more and I turn it sideways, because, actually the other way, because I'm right-handed and I like to see my line. So I turn it sideways, and in that way it helps to make a line straight because I'm using gravity on my arm to go down. See how straight it gets? No ruler. I just use gravity because what happened is if you drop something, gravity does the job for you. It goes dead straight. So going down is much easier than going up for that reason. So that was pretty useful to turn it sideways for that reason. Now there is a few clouds. I could just play with that too. There's two ways I can do the cloud. Very easy way is to take a bit of paper and just slide it. Remove some of the paint. You know, some elongated cloud that you can see sometimes if it's very windy at the top there. Yay, why not? Can have fun with this. And if I've done too much, too easy, I go back on it and I just remove some to make it very subtle. Okay. I could also add white if I wanted to, but don't really need to. Okay. The next step is the ocean. So I'm already starting with the ocean. I need a different blue. This one is a lot more luminous, and I think I'm going to get my special blue here is the Ultramarine Blue. So I have the phthalo blue and Ultramarine. I pretty much always use, keep close by the Ultramarine just in case if I've got, I need that more purplish blue. So, Ultramarine, it's too purple, okay, I agree. Bit of phthalo, pretty good too. Because it's the ocean, I like to put a little bit of yellow in it because you know that greenish color of the ocean. So that changed the color a bit, makes it a bit greenish. Quite nice. Now it needs to be dark enough, especially at the top, further away. So might just add a little bit of phthalo to make it a little darker. Okay. Nice. Okay. Again, I'm going to reduce it for the same reason. I like it thin, and also I paint water. So when I paint water, oh, someone with a computer there. When I paint water, I try to imitate water because water is transparent. So if I use transparent color, I've got more chance to get the sense of reality. Nice. It's got that deep color, and the transparency makes me see through the white in the background. Now another challenge is to get that line straight again. So this time I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to do it again, reduce it. So that straight line, I have to do it twice. Unfortunately, I can't do without it. I have to. That's the hardest part of the picture. And especially when I have 2.5 million people watching me overseas. I don't know. I don't know yet. It's the first time. There might be 20, 25. I will see tonight. Anyway, I'm doing it for the fun of it. Okay, using gravity again. Oh, it's a bit of a bump there. I don't know, can you see it? That's not bad. Just a little bit in the middle here. But I can't be too fussy on an hour demonstration because we have to keep going. And that last little bit there, I have to tilt it so I can get... Well, we thought we were in the soundproof area here, but I can hear something. An ambulance or something. Okay, I think it's a little bit. Don't know how perfectionist I can be there, but okay. Now there is a little bit of a width there to make sure that I've got that wide enough for the dark area. And very quickly the ocean is going to switch to a lighter tone with a little bit of green on it. So I'm going to move in a little bit of white. Yeah, looks good. Bit of white, a bit of yellow, just to get that greenish color. And reduce it again. Yeah. And check it. Yeah, that's light enough. Because it starts dark in the background and then gets lighter as it moves towards us. And I'm doing a little merge with those two colors because they come together very softly. Okay. Now it should come a little lighter, or maybe a little bit grayish, towards the bottom here. So move that away, a bit of grayish tone. Okay. And same thing here, but maybe a little bit more white. A bit lighter here. As it come close to the surf. Okay. Now, there could be a little more texture there, but it is something that could take a while to install. Let's see what I can do. If I want to do that texture, I can. Okay. See if I can do it with that brush. So it's not too flat. There's always a bit of movement on the ocean. And here, oops. Okay, oh, that should do. Maybe a little bit lighter. A little bit lighter here. Okay, just to break that flat effect. Okay, now I'm ready for the wave already. This one, I've got a special way of doing it. I know there is some amazing colors you can buy, aqua color. Well, I find that I can achieve, there is some aqua color you can buy and you can pay $100 for a tube of color. I'm going to do it with just the lemon, just plain lemon, cheap lemon yellow. I mean, it's a professional quality, but it's not an expensive one. One series number 1. And I'm going to mix it with, I'm going to keep it transparent. So I'm trying to not having white in it. So I'm going to start here in that corner. And I'm going to mix it with phthalo blue to get a green. Yeah. Not so much green, but more of a turquoise color. If I want to know how it's going to look when it's transparent, I just brush it really thin on my palette here, so I can see my palette being white. I can see how it's going to look when it's transparent. And I can see if it's too green or too blue. Pretty happy with this. Yeah. It could be a tiny bit bluer. You can see I don't need much paint. And I'm going to dilute it quite a lot because it's going to be spread very transparent. So the light color of that turquoise will come out by letting the white from the background showing through. Okay, it's going to be in that area here. Let's dilute it a bit more. Nice. It's a nice turquoise. And I stop here because here I'm going to have the wave, the white, the foam. So I'm using my oil like a watercolorist. If I want it really pale, I just put less pigment, dilute it more. There's a little bit here. Okay, if it starts running, I just wipe it off, wipe the excess. And if it's too pale, I can add a bit more pigment, especially at the top there. Actually, there's a nice a deeper color here at the top. And deeper here too. Now if it drips, then it will look very natural because this is water, this is a wave. There will be a bit of white coming on top of it later on. Now I'm going to use that special brush that I call the Magic Mop, made of goat hair, I think. It's very soft, so it helps to spread the paint evenly, get rid of the bubbles and the imperfection. Now hopefully this is going to sink in board and start to evaporate a bit. I can come back if I want to do a little bit more color. But what I need now is the next color is the sand that is lifting in the wave. For this I use another special color. I could make it with my 3 primary colors, but saving time I use a raw umber. Raw umber is one of those ochres that are very handy when you want to save time. So raw ochre mixed with my turquoise color, and I could even adventure a little bit of white in it because it's a little muddy looking. Of course, because it's the sand that is mixing with the water. And this come mixing very gently into that light color. And then it continue a little bit on the sand, so I'll keep moving it, but a little bit of with a little bit of grey, a bit of mud in it as it moves on the sand here. I'll remove my pencil line there, rub it off. As you can see, it's all really thin. Some people think painting with oil is very expensive, but every time I've been painting with acrylic, I find that my tube of acrylic doesn't last long, but you see how little oil that I use. That I find that it's a lot more economical than most of the other medium. Even watercolor tubes of color are quite expensive. Now there is a little bit of dark that I can have here, just where the top of the wave start moving down. So I'll just add that color there, just to get that deeper color at the top. Same thing here. And if it's too streaky, I go back to my Magic Mop and I use it to make it smooth there. So the mop brush is acting like if you'll be working with an airbrush. It spread the blending very smoothly, as well as here. Seems like it's not quite deep enough here. I'm going to add a bit of pigment just to get that color, because that section is a little bit in the shade here, in the shade of the wave. here too. And I'll come back with my mop and make it smooth. Okay. I'll do from now. I'll work here a bit, and while I'm working there, that might evaporate a bit, and I can come back and maybe do a little bit more. Now, in that foam here, I've got a color that looks like more like purplish gray. So, to make purple, I'm going to grab some phthalo blue, and I already have some phthalo blue here. I'll just add some red and lots of white, or oh, might as well use that gray I already had and see if it works. Too dark. Okay. Yeah, you can see that here. It's a grayish, yeah, it's a grayish, purplish, a bit of medium. How am I going with time? Okay. Already half an hour. Oh, cool. Am I going to make it? Okay. Yeah. But what's going to happen, I'm going to skip some of the details there. The details, I'm going to paint them later, like I did with the big painting in the back there. When I did the demo, I didn't do the details straight away. I didn't have time. It does things that with landscape or waves or any subject you paint, you end up having a whole lot of small details that you have to take the time to do. So I'm placing the dark section of the foam first, and I place it really thin. So when I come back with the bubbling white, I'll be able to cover it partially in places. And here, and even a little bit here too, like everywhere here. Because I will come back with the white. I'm going to get rid of that pencil line there at the top. That's in the way. Okay, it looks like I've lost my white, but not worried about it, because I'm going to come with that nice opaque white very soon. There is also a reflection of that at the base here. It's a bit of a dark line underneath here. And here, a little darker because it's in the shade. A little bit of variation here too with the shadow here. Okay. And yeah, well, it could be the time for the white, but I'm not going to be impatient. I'll just keep it for a bit later. I'll let it dry a bit. I'm going to do the sand. Now the sand is this color that I might even be able to use some of the color I have here. It's a muddy color, we call it in painting. It's just a little bit of everything. Just wondering, would be okay? Yeah, I think so. If it's not right, I can always adjust as I go. a little bit more brown. So that's the raw umber. The raw umber for the sand. Even here, I'll keep. I know there's a lot happening at the bottom here, but I'll keep painting it because I can come back later on top of it. So all that merged together nicely soft. So I will merge them, merge it together. And here I'm going to paint the sand. So I'll use my palette knife this time because I need to do a little bit of mixing here. I find that the raw umber is pretty good for this sand color, but I might need to add a little bit of red in it. Ooh. Sorry guys, overdoing it. Okay, I just need to reduce it. Okay, it's a bit pinkish, so I'll go back with my brown. Just remove that pink and more white. That's what it is. Running out of white. Okay. So if I make it lighter, that's pretty close for that section there. Normally I just keep cleaning my brushes using the same brush, but now a demo, I don't have that luxury. Okay. Yeah. In the way. I'm gonna move that a bit this way. Okay. I'm happy with this. It's sort of a pinkish, purplish color. And it's going to move towards a more sandy color that I could have used a raw sienna, but I don't have it, so I'm going to make it. What if I put a bit of yellow in it? And a bit of light. So yeah, I've got that raw sienna. Oh, with a little bit of red. Whoops, what happened here? I think I got some blue. Okay, that might do. We'll try it. Yeah, a little bit lighter, so more white. And that merged into that purplish color here. Just reduce it a bit. So this is the, well, every time I see this pencil line, I just do a little bit of rubbing over just to get rid of it. And in this section there will be quite a lot of grayish blue. So I've got my gray blue here. I can add a bit more blue. Let's see. Yeah. That's yeah, that should do. There. That could be the same color, that line here. There's a quite a strong line here. Just underneath, I think that's the shade Move that wave as well as here. Okay. And now I've got my the overall covered. What I have to do now in the next 15 minutes? I'm not used to paint that fast. Okay, let's see. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a bit of details a little bit everywhere, and hopefully bringing to an acceptable level so it looks like a wave. Bit of brown here, that would be nice, that brown. And now I'm going to just move my my brush in different directions. I'm creating that effect of that movement. There's a little more sand moving in that water there. A little bit in places. A bit of brown. Even here, there has been a little bit of brown here. Some variations. And I haven't put the white yet. The white will make a big difference. I think it can be a little more brownish in that area there. But not too dark. And that section could have been a little darker. So I didn't have enough of that brown or the sand in my in that section here. Bit muddy. Bit more green. No, too much light on that brush. Okay. Yeah, I think that dark is very important here to set that shadow. Yeah. And more shade here. And the mop, just to make it smooth. The wave is going up a bit, so I'm going to move my brush in that direction to give that curve there. Now, this is, I think I'm ready for the white. I'll have a go, okay, because only a few minutes. White, pure white, that I need to dilute a bit because I need to be able to brush it easily. I wish I said an hour and a half. Oh.
We have 12 minutes.
12 minutes to go. Okay. Okay, well I can do a little bit of details because this is a bit rough now. It's the background. I need the details and I can't leave it like that. It doesn't look good enough. Hey. We'll try the white. There's quite a bit of white here. Whoa, that's bright, all right. That will make a difference. Okay, let's do it. That's the fun part. So I use a round brush there because that helps to make the to get those little splash on the edge. And I can have a few splash here too. Make it soft. And all the way to here. And this white merged into my purple, the grayish purple here. And there is some white all the way to the bottom here. So notice the way I paint it, I'm not brushing it, I'm just tapping on it. Tap, tap. Stippling, I think they call it in English. A bit of white there. Okay. A few splash here. And a bit more intensity on the top here. And then there is another one here is breaking. More or less here, so a bit, yeah. It's good to have a smallish brush for that. I can leave a bit of space, I can see through my dots. That comes with a little gentle curve, and do it here. And this one is a second line of white mixing in here, coming in here. And then here is a splash. Quite high. It comes down here. I like the white in the painting. You only need a place in the painting where you got that bright white. It's beautiful as a contrast. Now there is another one here that comes down, so that has to come down. And a little line of white going across here. Now there is a little bit of movement inside the wave here, so I'm going to start brushing it in. It might be a bit big, and this was too dark, so I'm going to lighten. Now it's good because my brush is not pure white now. I don't want pure white here. I want it more of a grayish white, so I keep going because I just get that tone that I want. There is a little bit of white here and not so white here, so I've got that tone could even get a bit of that greyish tone that I had already there prepared. Now, the small details in here, I'll need a smaller brush. Need a smaller brush for that. Okay, oh, 6 minutes. Okay. Now I'm going to get those lines happening here. Just to show the movement of the water. The direction of the wave. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, as long as it looks like it. Nobody will know the difference. Every wave keep changing in seconds. And maybe a little lighter. Oh, too much. Now, the one thing I haven't had time to do is all that wave there, that breaking. Oh, I'll do it quick. Yeah. There's a lot of white here, actually. It's poking up there. It's just, and all along here. That's an important one. Where on the break, where this roll on the sand there should be a little more white there. Well, it's just breaking. Lots of lines in here. Few lines. A bit of reflection. And lots of lines in here. Oh, 2 minutes. Okay. Wow. I never painted with such a deadline.
You're doing well, Marcel. We have 80 viewers now.
80 people viewing. Wow. I thought if there was 20, I would have been lucky. Wow. Thank you, guys.
Oh, and you've got someone from Germany.
From Germany. Wow. Anybody from Quebec? I think it's 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning there. I doubt anybody is up at this time. Mind you, it's summer over there, daylight. Gail's there. Hi, Gail. Well, I wish I could do a bit more, but if I move the mop here, would it make a difference? Make that a little softer. Yeah. Oh, just a light bit. That's the the finale, they call it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a mess here. I'm going to dilute my white, and I don't have a I don't have a drop sheet, but it's all right. Let's see. Whoa! That worked. That worked. Yeah. And here. Quite a lot here. That saved time. If I had to do it with a small brush, it would take ages, but it's just getting the right. Whoa! I've got a big one there. Wow. All right, then it's messy on the finger, but it's worth it. And here. Yeah, but oops. Well, okay, I think I'm a bit too excited here, but oh no, it works. It goes a bit over there, but it doesn't matter. A little bit more here. Okay, should I stop before I make too much of a mess? There is a few splash there. I can fix this with that little mop there. See if I can. Yeah. They're not supposed to be there, that's one. Oh, well, I can't sign it. It's not finished, but it's starting to look like a wave when I look at it from a distance there. Now, I hope you enjoyed it. I say it's going to be an hour, so this is an hour. Yes, an hour and 1 minute. It's time for how we the technical team over there. How are we going to do the questions? How does it work?
Oh, people is asking about your brushes, Marcel.
Okay, so some people have been sending some chat text.
Yeah.
Okay, so the brushes, yes, if you want to know about the brushes, the very basic brushes, I use the bristle brush with hug hair. I like those ones, especially with the splash, it worked well. I also have another type of brush that is a little better. It's also bristle brush, but those ones are called basics from Melbourne, I think. But they're all made in China anyway. They are not very expensive. They are the bristle brushes. Of course, those two, my Magic Mop, they are not bristle. They are goat hair. Those one are very soft. So I don't know how they call it. It's called a basic mop, but mop brush. That's how they call it normally. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this painting. Sometime I might use a more fancy brush, but for this one, I managed to do a lot with those brushes. Any other question? I can't see the
From the colors.
the colors. Yeah.
Yeah, the colors that you use.
Is there a way I can see the chat line or? Okay, if I'm using medium in the white, yes, I did reduce my white with medium because I wanted to be able to brush it easily. The white is already strong enough the way it is, so even with the dilution, it's not so much of a problem. It stays white. It stays pretty potent, even diluted. What sort of white? Okay, I use the titanium white here. Titanium white is a white that does pretty much everything. It's quite opaque. I don't need to go lead white. Zinc white is a little less opaque. So yeah, I like the titanium one. Okay, if I'm going to do another demo, yes, this is the first one. So we the technical side has been sorted. Got a new camera today, and it looks really well. It works really well. Yes, sure. I would like to do another demo. We'll just have to put a date on it. Just keep an eye on my Facebook page. That is Marcel Devien Artist. That's where, and also Instagram. So I'm going to mention when the next one is. You've probably seen our promo during the last couple of weeks saying yes, it's coming. Keep the date on your calendar. So I'll keep doing the same, and next time it will be a different subject, because I do a whole lot of different projects for the sake of the painting courses that I do here in Brisbane. Sometimes I do more still water with reflections. Some of the time clouds, landscape, flowers. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. Yeah, you can see at the bottom of the page there all my details, Instagram and Facebook. My website is on at the moment. I'm working on it to update it, so there will be a whole lot of new paintings. All my new stuff will be on my website soon. Also, Facebook I think is the best place to see what I do. So I would have liked to see the chat, but one day we're going to organize that with the technical side of it to see who was there. So apparently there was a lot of people. Where are those people, guys? Queensland, Australia. Someone from South Australia.
Yeah, from Germany.
Yeah, well, Germany. Wow, this is that's a long way. Canberra, Melbourne, and maybe some of my past students here in Brisbane. I know we've let people know that's what was going to happen. Yeah. So, if there is there any more questions?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No more question. Okay. Well, thank you very much for watching. This is recorded, so you're going to